What's up, Juventus fans? Getting annoyed with the lack of activity so far from Juventus in the mercato, and we've got targets dropping like flies, and the rumor mill is very quiet today as well, but we have a few reports. But meanwhile, it looks like Comolli is working damage control in-house, and the reports today would suggest exactly that when we get the updates on Cambiaso, Gatti, even Kane and Yildiz on their contracts, and Dusan Vlahovic, could he be a part of this? Is he set for a renewal at Juventus? We'll go through all of that, as well as the latest on Perin asking to leave Juventus. Gyökeres, price tag set, and Lloyd Kelly is in the news today, and Tudor puts pen to paper, official. We're going to go through all of it together right now. I'm Berto, this is the AJC, your channel dedicated to Juventus. It's June 13th. Let's rock with the news, and we're going to kick things off with the couple of pieces that are there in the rumor mill. When it comes to Perin, apparently he has let Juventus know his intentions are to leave them this season. He is going to weigh out all his options as far as offers, and he is looking for Juventus to facilitate his sale and his move. When we get to Gyökeres and strikers, apparently the price tag is set, and the price tag is set still below that official release clause of 100 million euros, but it is 85 million euros. Meanwhile, you have Arsenal coming in with an offer of 55 million plus 10 in bonuses, and now there is action. Will Juventus throw their name into the mix and get involved in the action? Well, we wait and see, but meanwhile, it appears Comolli's more focused on damage control in-house, and we'll get to that in a second. When we get to Lloyd Kelly, 2 Premier League clubs have shown interest in the defender. Hang on a second. 2 Premier League clubs interested. Okay, no, I read that right. 2 Premier League clubs are interested in Lloyd Kelly. All right, so Crystal Palace is being named as one of them, and we know they're looking for a defender. They were also linked with Thiago Jallo, so Lloyd Kelly does have a couple teams interested. The key here for Juventus will be to avoid losing capital. I'm not sure they're going to want to take a capital hit, so the real question here is, what are they willing to offer for Lloyd Kelly? Now, when we get to fullbacks, apparently Dodo and Nuno Tavares are high on Juve's list. For Dodo, they are simply monitoring the situation to see if he finds a renewal with Fiorentina or not. For Tavares, Juve just wants to get the right deal and hoping that the price tag is in their wheelhouse. So there you have it. Meanwhile, our fullback, Cambiaso, the reports today suggest that in January, Giuntoli'S had a pre-sale agreement to sell him at 60 million plus bonuses. And today, Comolli actually sees Cambiaso as vital to the project. Enter the contract extension discussions. Cambiaso is already contracted with Juventus to 2029, and now we are offering up an extension to him. His salary is at 2.4 million euros. Fans are wondering, is this necessary even just to show that he's vital to the project? Because he's already locked in till 2029, and he was very poor after what went down in January. He was very poor after that. So now all of a sudden you are essentially putting all the blame on that, and Cambiaso is going to have a lot more heat because with an extension comes an increase in salary. So he's going to have to be consistent for an entire year. There are many in the fan base that say they would sell him if the price was right. So things picking up with Cambiaso, but it appears Comolli is working damage control before he's looking outside at other targets. And we saw this with simply rejecting Vega, who was already in an agreement to join us and be at the Club World Cup tournament with us. Meanwhile, you've got Gatti looking at a contract extension as well. He's already locked in with us to 2028, but we're looking to extend, and he's going to see his salary more than doubled. It's currently at 1.4 million euros. For Kenan Yildiz, he is set to lock in after the Club World Cup on a contract to 2030, seeing his salary at 4 million per season. He's currently at a salary of 1.6 million euros, and he's already locked in with us to 2029. Some fans are saying this is too much too soon. Why are we throwing everything at this kid? All these players have clubs that are interested in them. Gatti was having discussions with Napoli. You have Cambiaso that has several sides interested. Atletico Madrid is in there, and even today we hear about Nottingham Forest being interested in Cambiaso. So this appears to be damage control from some of the work and some of the things that happened between Giuntoli and Motta. And the thing is, too, when you look at this, yes, we've got these guys on these longer terms already, but the salaries, you brought in players on loan that made more than some of these guys in terms of salary, and that creates an issue. So Comolli very much working damage control. How do you feel about extending these guys that are already locked in deeper and bumping their wages? Hit me in the comments. Meanwhile, Vlahovic, he is very much in the rumor mill as far as more confirmations that Milan are actively looking at him as a potential solution. However, nobody expects it to get done because of the financials. Enter Comolli, because now we're hearing a lot about him looking at working the situation out with Vlahovic. The only thing that could work out is to find a renewal that sees his wages decrease but spread out. So Comolli maybe doesn't feel the confidence in selling the player or the player agreeing to going to the club. So far, only Fenerbahce has an actual offer that's ready at 30 million euros, but apparently Vlahovic is taking his time with the decision. So is Juve going to step up and renew him and spread out that money? That would also help you in a potential sale scenario. But it also protects you from losing him on a free at the end of this season. So Comolli, a very difficult test right out of the gate. And I said this was going to be his first test, this Vlahovic situation. Let's see. Meanwhile, with all this focus in-house, fans are getting annoyed because the lack of activity. We turned down Vega, who's going to join us just for the Club World Cup, and then we could have looked at a deal beyond or walked away, and we said no. Meanwhile, you've got targets dropping like flies. Coppola to Brighton. Leone very close to Inter. Lorenzo Luca now very close to Napoli. Gyökeres, you've got Arsenal dropping in there, and there's activity there, and we are on the outs. We are not picking up anybody or even apparently setting things up for when the official mercato opens, as we only had the Club World Cup window. So Comolli, he's taken some heat so far from fans, but how do you feel about it? And how do you feel about this situation? Is it the right approach to clear everything up in-house first and then look outwards? Or should we have locked in, and should we be making pushes for certain players? Hit me in the comments. Meanwhile, Comolli has apparently looked at and studied the injury situation at Juventus, and he is ready for a major staff overhaul at J Medical. We also remember the rumors a few weeks ago about looking for a new trainer. Pintus decided to remain at Real Madrid. I'm curious if we're going to find a new trainer, because I would definitely look at that as well. When you get to Tudor today, it is official. He puts pen to paper. He's locked in with Juve to 2027, and he receives the option for 2028, and we still wait to hear the terms and if it lies in Juve's hands. But that is your news break. You all know the drill around here. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, join our AGC army, but hit me in the comments with what you think around today's Juve news and how Comolli is working things so far. Can't wait to hear from you all. And of course, tomorrow we are back live to cover all the week's news. Hope to see you all there at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Till then, fino alla fine, forza Juventus. Ciao tutti.